When a narcissist realizes you're gone for good, how they break down. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Narcissist Exposed channel. I'm really excited you could join me today because we're diving deep into a topic that I know a lot of you are curious about. Today, we're talking about what happens when a narcissist realizes you're gone for good. You've cut ties, you've moved on, and they can no longer pull you back into their toxic web. It's a moment that can trigger some pretty intense reactions. And in this video, we'll explore exactly how a narcissist breaks down when they understand that you're truly done with them. So, stick around because we've got a lot to unpack. Alright, let's jump right into it. Now, if you've ever been in a relationship with a narcissist, whether it's romantic, familial, or even a friendship, you already know that these people thrive on control. They need to feel like they're in charge of every aspect of the relationship, from how you see them to how you behave. But when you've had enough and decide to walk away, it throws their entire sense of control into chaos. And trust me, that's something a narcissist simply cannot handle. At first, when you leave, they might not even believe it's real. Narcissists have this warped sense of reality where they think they're indispensable, that you can't possibly live without them. So, when you initially cut them off, they might brush it off as temporary. In their mind, they think, oh, they'll be back. They always come back. This delusion stems from their inflated ego. They genuinely believe they're too important for you to leave permanently. But as time goes on and you stick to your decision, the reality starts to set in. This is the moment when things begin to unravel for the narcissist. One of the first things they experience is panic. Narcissists are used to having control over their victims, and when you're gone, that control is lost. They can no longer manipulate you, and that throws them into a state of desperation. They start to realize that their tactics, the gaslighting, the love bombing, the guilt trips won't work on you anymore. This realization can be absolutely devastating for them. Narcissists are deeply insecure people. They wear a mask of confidence, but underneath, they're terrified of being exposed as anything less than perfect. When you leave them for good, it forces them to face a reality they've been avoiding, that they aren't as powerful or desirable as they like to believe. This can lead to a kind of identity crisis for the narcissist. Who are they if they can't control and manipulate you? The truth is, without someone to feed their ego, a narcissist feels lost and unimportant. And that's when the breakdown begins. The emotional breakdown of a narcissist can manifest in several ways. One of the most common reactions is rage. Narcissistic rage is intense, unpredictable, and often frightening. When they realize you're gone for good, they may lash out in anger, both privately and publicly. This rage is driven by the fact that their grandiose self-image has been shattered. They're no longer the all-powerful person they thought they were because someone they thought they controlled, walked away. This anger can also be directed inward. In some cases, the narcissist might start to feel deep shame or humiliation. They might think, how could I have let this happen? How did I lose control? This self-loathing, though rare in a narcissist, can be incredibly intense. However, rather than taking responsibility for their actions, they'll likely blame you. Narcissists struggle to accept accountability for their mistakes. So they'll convince themselves that it's all your fault, you're the one who caused them to lose control. You're the one who abandoned them, and they're the victim in this scenario. Another way narcissists break down is through a phenomenon known as the hoovering phase. Named after the vacuum cleaner brand, hoovering refers to the narcissist's attempts to suck you back into the relationship. They might bombard you with messages, phone calls, or even show up unannounced at your home or workplace. At this stage, the narcissist is in full-blown panic mode. They realize they've lost control, and they'll do anything to regain it. This could mean they start love-bombing you again, showering you with compliments, gifts, and promises to change. They'll say whatever they think you want to hear in order to win you back. But here's the thing, none of it is genuine. It's not about love or remorse, it's about power. The narcissist isn't trying to reconnect with you because they care about you. They're trying to pull you back into their orbit so they can regain control over you. It's a classic manipulation tactic, and if you've already been through the cycle with a narcissist, you know that the moment you go back, they'll return to their old ways. The hoovering phase is a key part of the narcissist's breakdown because it reveals just how desperate they are to maintain control. Without you, they feel powerless, and that's something they simply can't tolerate. However, if you resist the hoovering attempts and continue to stay away, the narcissist will eventually move on to the next phase of their breakdown, withdrawal. At this point, they may start to retreat into themselves, isolating from others and sinking into a state of depression. Narcissists are not equipped to handle loss in a healthy way. When they can no longer manipulate or control you, it triggers feelings of worthlessness and emptiness. Their grandiose self-image has been punctured, and without someone to validate their sense of superiority, they begin to crumble emotionally. Withdrawal can look different depending on the narcissist. Some might become reclusive, cutting off contact with others as they lick their wounds. Others may try to fill the void by seeking out new sources of narcissistic supply, new people they can manipulate to boost their ego. But no matter how they respond, the underlying truth is the same. When a narcissist realizes you're gone for good, they lose a crucial part of their identity. They're no longer in control, and that loss of power is devastating for them. During this phase, some narcissists might even spiral into destructive behaviors. They could turn to substance abuse, reckless spending, or other forms of self-sabotage as a way to cope with the emotional pain they're experiencing. Narcissists often lack healthy coping mechanisms, so when their world starts to fall apart, they might engage in behaviors that ultimately make things worse for themselves. It's their way of avoiding the reality of their situation, but it only deepens their emotional and psychological breakdown. Now, you might be wondering, does the narcissist ever really move on? The short answer is yes, but not in the way you might think. Narcissists don't process loss the way most people do. Instead of truly grieving the end of a relationship and learning from it, they'll eventually shift their focus to finding new sources of validation. This could be a new romantic partner, a new group of friends, or even a new career that offers them the attention and admiration they crave. But deep down, the narcissist remains damaged. The fact that you walked away, that you were strong enough to break free from their control, will always haunt them. Even if they find a new person to manipulate, there's a part of them that will never fully recover from losing you. Why? Because narcissists hate to lose. It's not just about losing you as a person, it's about losing the power and control they had over you. In their mind, you were supposed to stay trapped in their web forever. The fact that you saw through their manipulation and decided to leave is a blow to their ego that will leave a lasting scar. So, when a narcissist realizes you're gone for good, they break down in ways that are much deeper and more complex than most people realize. They experience panic, rage, shame, and even depression as they grapple with the loss of control and the shattering of their grandiose self-image. They may try to hoover you back into the relationship, but if you stand firm, they're forced to confront the painful reality that they're not as powerful as they thought. And while they may eventually move on to new sources of narcissistic supply, the fact that you escaped their clutches will always be a sore spot for them. You took away their control, their validation, and their sense of superiority, and that's something a narcissist will never forget. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope this video gave you a better understanding of how narcissists break down when they realize you're gone for good. It's a tough situation to deal with, but remember that walking away from a narcissist is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. They may try to pull you back, but your strength lies in staying away and reclaiming your own life. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I really appreciate your support. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, share it with others who might benefit from it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future content. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care and stay strong.